All right, everybody. My next guest is a true patriot, an American artist from Staten Island who is known for his patriotic U.S. flag and political themed paintings and sculptures. He's a true American patriot who is not afraid to confront and speak out for what he believes. Here he is, folks, the one and only Scott Lobaito. Scott, how are you, sir? How's it going?
I'm all right. I'm all right. All right. I'm actually living the fucking life right now because I've been warning people for 30 fucking years about this moment. And here it is. And I'm one of the only few tinfoil hat motherfuckers who are laughing because here it is and nobody fucking understood it was coming.
Yep, this has been bubbling. These crazy times we're living in now, where we're seeing, the cancel culture, witch hunting society, the FBI being used as a weapon against for political purposes, and we could trace it all the way back, man, because it was starting to bubble up long ago when little things that you stood up for back in the day too, like little things like the not little but little as compared to now, but like the war on Christmas and all these, we started seeing these little attacks coming in, and they were slowly chipping away, and now we're starting to see the results of this kind of movement. And you're, what I love about you is you're outspoken and you're fearless in your stance against all this. So just tell me about what it's like right now being a patriot and fighting for the flag.
Well, it's funny. I just posted a little earlier on Instagram a little grievance I have with how people like Kanye West and this politician, what's her name, Gillibrand, that just switched over to the Democratic Party, and Bill Maher, and this actor, and this musician, and this artist, painter, who are all coming out of the closet now. And listen to me, it warms my heart. It really does. But it pisses me off just as much as it warms my heart. Because where the fuck were these people 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago when I was out in the street sacrificing my art career, not for money, but for the fucking mission that I saw? And all of these people are getting the fucking glory. And listen, I honestly, I love it. I get my glory. It doesn't matter. But it really pisses me off because a lot of them are following the fucking wind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I never follow. I am the fucking wind, and I used to be on Fox News once a month. And for the last year, nothing. They used to call me for everything, nothing. Because I'm old news. It's all these new shiny objects that are coming out of the fucking woodwork. Again, I love that finally these people are waking up. But I think maybe a lot of them were woken up back then, but they just followed the money. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I should have did what they did, but that's not how I was raised. That's not where my heart is, and I ate shit for 20 fucking years. But I love every second of it. I love it, but it's just kind of weird, It's just a weird fucking thing. It's so fucking surreal.
It is. It's crazy to see, like you said, when you see guys like Bill Maher, who for years and years was, such a, an advocate for the left, now really kind of saying right-wing talking points or talking against this woke culture.
It's just like, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in fucking 10 years because of the way it went. But just Saturday night, they fucking ripped the shit out of the president, Biden.
Right.
Big time. They're following the fucking wind because they see the fucking money. So that's what pisses me off. They're not true. They're all a bunch of liberal fucktards. And I didn't mean to say that word, but.
Right. I got you. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they're following the fucking wind. I'm happy about it, but it's not real. I don't like fake people. I don't hate liberals. I don't hate Democrats or blacks or Jews or Muslims or gays or fucking mean people. I hate fake fucking people. They're the most disgusting people that exist because they're not true, not only to us around them, but they're not true to themselves. And that disgusts somebody like me who will eat shit as long as I wake up in the morning knowing who the fuck I am.
Right on. And not only is it, like you said, disgusting, and I agree with you on that, when people aren't true, they have no soul. but it's also dangerous. I think those types of people are dangerous. Those are the ones that the snakes that wiggle in and find and work their way into things and like in social media and things along those lines and try to change people, their ideology in a way. Like that's what scares me more about those fake people. I think that they're dangerous more than they are like just phony.
The fake people have always been around. It's just now that you see them a lot more, which is a good thing through social media. You get to see the real fakeness instead of being the snake, like you said. Look, I said this in the beginning. I'm actually happy that this is happening right now in our history, right this moment, as opposed to 10, 15 years from now, when we'd have so many more people succumb to the fucking bullshit, especially our younger generation. So when people don't understand that I'm excited about this, because I knew it was inevitably going to happen. All right. I knew it was going to happen. I knew this fucking shit was coming down the pipeline 30 fucking years ago when I was the guy on the front page in handcuffs because I was defending the Pledge of Allegiance at a public school. Look at crazy Scott. He's in handcuffs. He's crazy. No. I'm Paul Revere, motherfucker. And you ain't none of you listening. And now people, you give me, oh my God, Scott, you were right. Yeah. But when I say that, I'm, happy about it happening now. Again, 20, 10, 15 years from now, it'd be fucked. We have a chance to get it back at this point. And there's only one reason that we're in this point, and nobody really talks about it. And I say it all the time. The beauty about this country, I'm an artist. Okay, I'm a very liberal person in many aspects, very, very liberal. So I got the best of both worlds, and people don't like to see that I'm a compassionate conservative, on the other side. But
Right.
but the point I'm trying to make is we bound this country. Like in the 70s, we went more liberal, and then in the 80s, we went more conservative. We go like this. You can see my hands in the screen. We go like this. That's the nature of this beautiful beast. I wouldn't want it to be one way or the other. What happened was the left took it to the fucking moon. They took it to the fucking stratosphere, and you cannot fucking do that. Now, whose fault is that? It's our fault because we were too goddamn comfortable and complacent, and only a handful of us saw how fucking dangerous that was. And I'm not knocking people because this is America. We got everything. We got booze and Yankees and this and the bar and the fast cars and shiny objects and beautiful women, which is we got, but we got too fucking comfortable. That milk and honey, we were fucking sucking that shit up like it was coming out of a sieve while we're sleeping. And the left saw that we were asleep and they took it to the fucking moon. And there's only one way that this can be fixed. Is that the left has to pull those fucking reins back. If they don't pull those reins back, the other side obviously has just woken up, took a long time, late to the game, but they're at the game, and they're not going back to sleep. And it's going to get stupider and uglier. The left has got to pull those fucking reins back.
I agree. I think they went nuts. I mean, even like Biden's first day in presidency, just start signing away and undoing everything that we had, whether regardless if it was successful or not. If it was anything that was done by Trump, it was signed away. But we're also seeing the left, I think, making an effort to come back. Like when you see like Tulsi Gabbard, like today announced that she's like leaving the Democratic Party and all those reasons she said that. I hope that is a wake-up call to those kind of moderate, more centered lefties, not those extreme lefties, because I think too people are in this country are getting sick and tired of being force-fed all this like ideology that they might not agree with or they might not completely understand or fathom or want it shoved down our throats. Like everything's going on in the school district and all these other things going on, man. It's just crazy time, man.
Yeah, what scares me, and I when I post every fucking day, you follow my Instagram. That's probably why I'm not on Fox News anymore, or whatever, because I'm real and I'm fucking raw. But little, I'll talk to you like this. But if I did a Fox interview in half an hour, you wouldn't hear me curse one bit. I'd be,
Right.
But on my Instagram, like the last couple of days, and now we get close to the election, I'm reaching out to my Democratic friends and independent friends. And it's sad that so many of them, I know so many of them that vote Democrat, regardless of the hell that is surrounding their fucking lives and community and family and bank account, that they vote Democrat because their great grandpappy did, because their grandfather did, their father did, and therefore they think they need to be a Democrat. A Democrat, most Democrats, most liberals are creative, open-minded thinkers, except when it comes to the most important thing in their fucking life, is to vote for what is going to benefit your fucking life. And it's just like, well, it's all about Trump and the abortion and white supremacy. So I'm like, listen, just really think about what you're saying. And I'm not going to gloat. I never gloat. When Trump won the first time, I was out there. I don't gloat. I will fucking rip the shit out of you every day and talk. But I don't gloat, and I'm not going to humiliate. We welcome you over. Walk away. But telling you, I go right to the minority community, the Spanish, the black community, the poor community. I'm like, for 60 fucking years, you're voting for the same Democratic rule that has done absolutely dick for you.
Right.
Take 2 years out of your whole life and give this side a chance that just wants you to have incentive in your fucking life. Instead of sitting there taking the dime from the government, sitting there and you're doing nothing with your short fucking life. I don't care if you want to open up a nail salon, a hot dog stand, you want to be an astronaut. It's you're not going to be anything sitting there getting handed your fucking baby fed. And that's what I try to show them. Like, it's not what you think. Take 2 years and vote for the House. Vote for your conservative. And if it doesn't, you don't like it, you go back 2 years from now. And you go back.
Yeah.
It's better for you.
No, that's a great point, man. Because people who want the government to take care of them, they don't realize that they're really doing themselves such a disservice because they're not. Ambition is gone. They're not motivated to do anything. There's no success, and that's the problem with if we did ever go into a socialism style thing, is that all of us would be kind of forced into that, just kind of sitting around waiting for the check, not doing anything, not making any movement, not doing anything great. There's nothing great. There's nothing to be proud of.
It's about being a human being. We are the superior species. I don't mean to be philosophical, but we are the superior species. Okay, we have the capability to do more. I love animals. My girlfriend's an animal lover. We save these animals. I've had spiders. I've had monkeys. We've had. I love nature. I love it. But I'm not going to be. I'm sorry. We're in charge, where we have the process to be whatever the fuck we want to be, to do whatever we want, to be that advocate to save animals. But you're not going to be anybody just sitting there counting on the fucking government's dime. There's nothing more sexy than to fight or do something for yourself. My father picked up garbage. He did some building on the side. He's 80 years old. He still gets blisters from building furniture. And there's the sexiest thing in the world, to make something with your mind and your fucking hands. And this generation is just taught, it's like, study the psychology of the homosexual tree frog, in college, and see what kind of job you're going to get. You want to do that? Kudos to you. This is America. I'm not being interested in that. But learn to do something with your fucking hands, and you go to sleep at night with that finger throbbing from that splinter, knowing that I built something. I sold 500 hot dogs today because I busted my ass. Nope. Uncle Sam, the Big Daddy says, stay right there. Just enough to make you happy. Your cell phone, your fancy shoes, your big screen TV. And it hurts me as a human being, not politically, not any other way. It hurts me to see another human being lose their motivation, like you said, their inspiration, their aspirations. It's painful. Maybe it's just me because I'm an artist and I have so much of that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way, and when, I have kids and I tell them, luckily none of them are kind of falling in the traps. They're kind of staying focused on their futures. But it is scary when you see the youth and what they're being told and how they're, their minds are being molded, and it makes me worry, not maybe for this next generation under us, but the ones under those, and then so on and so forth. It's just gonna this will become the reality, the normal of, and everything that we live through, and we understand, is going to be fantasy land.
Look, I understand change and progress. I understand that my generation, I'm 57, the street light went on, you came home. You didn't do your homework, you got fucking punished, and so on and so on. And, you meet a girl at a bar, not on your phone. I understand it's a different time now, but I do see something good, which is that the youth is changing, and they are the most important thing. And I know that for a fact because I have a lot of young followers on my social media. Before TikTok banned me for life about 6 months ago, I had 500,000 followers, and 85% of those followers were millennials. I go to a bar, out to a restaurant or something, at a big nightclub or something. These fucking young 19, 20, 25, they came up to me like I was Elvis, like I was Justin Bieber. And I was like, I like the attention. Man, young girls coming up to me. I like that. Yeah. But it hit me like, holy shit. I used to just have, middle-aged, patriotic, working people. But the youth is turning. They're starting to see it. They really are. So I'm very, very excited about that. And it's people like me. You follow me on Instagram. I spew the fucking truth, sometimes ugly. But I'm a New York Italian guy, so there's a sense of humor to it. And I think that's whatever the fuck gets them to pay attention to what I'm saying, what we're saying. That's how you got to do it. That's how it's going to be. So I'm very optimistic about that aspect of the youth coming around. We're always, these fucking millennials, they don't know. But I see them coming around, and that's a good thing.
That's awesome, man. And that's also the power of social media, is you're able to get your voice out there, and be seen and heard by this younger generation, and make a difference in that regard too. And you're an artist. You're I don't know if that's your claim to fame, was when you went to all 50 states, if that was when you really started to bust through into public attention or not, but you went to all 50 states and painted murals in each and every state, which I think is awesome.
Well, one man's transformation is on display for all the world to see. His response to 9/11 was to undertake a pilgrimage to all 50 states and to make a lasting impression.
I'm a crazy New York City artist living in America, and I pretty much have more freedom than most people do in the entire world.
And you're primarily painted the American flag. That's your thing. And I look at your work, and it's like every flag is unique. Every flag is a different style or a different take on it. Beautifully done. And now we're in this time, like we talk about, where people, some of these kids, millennials or whatever, oh, the flag is offensive to me. Or if you see somebody with a flag on their car, you know that person is a Trump supporter or conservative. What does that mean to you, to when you hear American kids say that the American flag is offensive?
It's just an immature, knee-jerk response to what they are being taught and what they are seeing in Hollywood, music. And eventually they come to realize what it means. I mean, realistically, look, when I was a kid in school, we did the Pledge of Allegiance. We had no choice to do it. But did I really know what I was saying? I didn't. But you learn eventually what it means. And I want to touch on this subject because people ask me, Scott, you're so talented. You could paint anything. Why the flag? All you do is paint the flag. For the last 30 years, and I'm like, I came along. I found my calling back in the 90s when I went into the big city art world to see where I would fit in. I didn't always paint flags. I did a lot of surrealism. I was into surrealism and abstract, fantastical, crazy stuff. And I went to find myself in the big city, coming from Staten Island, a white, straight Italian boy going into the art world. And I saw, back in the 90s, the creative community having this hatred towards not only the flag, the symbol of oppression, as they called it, but how they despise our military, baby killers, and oppressing the world's community. And I was like, hold on a second, hold on. The most patriotic people in this country should be the creative community, because ain't nobody in this fucking country has more freedom to express themselves than the creative community. And when I saw the art world desecrating that flag as a welcome mat in the gallery, and you had to wipe your feet on it, and so on and so on, I said, this is fucking bullshit. These are the people biting the hand that feeds them to allow me to paint whatever the fuck I want. And I said, fuck you. I don't want any part of this. And I knew they didn't want any part of me. And I just parted my ways. And I said, here's my calling. I'm going to bring that flag back to life. I'm going to show the beauty, what's good about that fucking flag. And this country. And that, how fucking wonderful it is. But I'm going to use artwork, an unorthodox, patriotic way to do it. And I just started painting it on the sides of buildings and schools. I was begging people to let me paint it, and so on and so on. And the art world destroyed me. I was a hack, a jingoist, Nazi, following this symbol, this flag. It's a symbol of oppression. And I kept doing it, and I got beaten and beaten. And finally, years later, I'm the guy. Let me finish. Why the flag? I'm not a genius. I'm not a master of my trade. I am just a messenger. I was put here for this time to find this calling to celebrate, defend, and promote the greatest work of art in the history of civilization. I have flirted eye to eye with the Mona Lisa at the Louvre. Don't bury. I gazed in awe at the Sistine Chapel. Unbelievable, crying my eyes out. I physically touched the painful brushstrokes of a Van Gogh. Those thick, painful. I know I didn't get in trouble, but I should have. I had to. These are the masters. But the greatest work of art in the history of civilization is the Star-Spangled Banner. Think about what I'm saying. No other work of art has more meaning, more power, more recognized than the American flag. And one more thing on this note. Why is the American flag better than any other fucking flag in this fucking world? The French flag is beautiful. The Japanese flag is beautiful. This is they're all works of art. But the greatest of all is the American flag. Why? Because that's the only fucking flag that represents every other country in this fucking world. Everybody comes to America. Who am I? Am I an American? Am I an American? Am I? I'm an Italian. I don't know what you are. German. This guy's a Jew. This guy's Muslim. That's America. It is the melting pot. That flag represents humanity. Every organic culture from every corner of this fucking ball in the fucking universe comes here. That is the American flag. That is America. And that's what I'm doing. And that's why it's the greatest fucking work of art ever. Sorry. Go.
Wow. Goosebumps, bro. Goosebumps. Man, that was powerful stuff, my friend. And yeah, when somebody looks at the American flag and takes it for granted, I just want them to understand what it stands for. And man, you just put it so beautifully and powerfully. So I appreciate that. And yeah, man. And that comes through. It comes through in it embodies everything that you are, what you stand for. It comes through in your artwork. It comes through in your social media posts. It comes through. You just wear it and carry that. And I think people like you are very important in these times because you empower others that might not be strong enough or know how to handle it or know what to say, or and they need a leader or somebody to look to give them that strength, or to have that painting to just look at that flag and that will give them also encouragement and strength as well. But yeah, I mean, with that, and like you said, these, what does it mean to be patriotic today? What would you say to the young people today? What does it mean to be patriotic?
It's kind of a loaded question. Patriotism, I learned a long time ago. I do a lot of charity work, volunteer work, a lot of it. Use my artwork to raise money for a lot of various causes. And I do these installations for people who were killed, and whether it was 9/11 or a hurricane. Matter of fact, Hurricane Sandy hit us hard here in Staten Island. We lost 24 people, and the 10th anniversary is the end of this month. So every
God
year,
bless.
art installation on the beach where it came in. And so I'm working on that right now. But it's, what is it like to be patriotism? Patriotism is not just waving your flag on the 4th of fucking July. Patriotism is doing what I just said. It's like, helping people. It doesn't come in the form of, you don't have to go paint a flag on the side of a building, 50 by 100 feet to be patriotic, although I do that. But there's so many things where you could be patriotic, like how you look at your country, at your community, at your family, at those that need, and help them. So patriotism comes in many, many forms, and there's a lot of, like we went back earlier about, young kids. I don't want to be called patriotic. That means I'm a white supremacist, Trump supporter. No. I got a lot of Democratic friends who fly their flag. We just have different opinions on things. But it's a patriotic community is a prosperous community. And again, part of my theme, I guess, all these years was to try to keep it cool, make it cool. Make it not like you're just an old white-haired conservative man holding your flag saying, vote for me,
Right.
Cool, because I'm a crazy son of a bitch. I like to get fucking drunk. I smoke. I all that crazy shit. And I'm patriotic. People think, you got to be that white conservative guy who doesn't fart. No, man. I don't care if you're smoking a fucking bowl on your skateboard. You can still be patriotic. You can still love your country because it gives you the right to be that fucking maniac. That's what people need to see. Like, we're a nation of laws, free nation, but we're a nation of laws. I've been arrested many times. I've stepped over the line. I put myself in that position to step over the line, knowing that I'm going to go to jail for a day and get a fine. I'm not going to get my head or my hands cut off like would happen in another country.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that don't understand the race insanity that we do have here.
True indeed. True indeed. And now that there's a couple of weeks is a huge election. What are your predictions, and how important is it for everybody to register to vote and get out there and vote?
I just rambled about this a couple of days ago, and I give tough love to the same people, my fans. I get, I give tough love to them. I give fucking tough love like I did the other day, because I got a lot of friends of mine, people I know, and I'm sure you know a few on our side, us first, America First conservative patriots who are like, fuck that shit, I ain't voting. My vote don't matter. They stole the election. My vote don't matter. And I said, shut the fuck up. Stop being a punk and get the fuck out there and vote. Don't fucking be that person, because I'll put a picture of you up on my fucking social media saying we lost the fucking House and Senate because my friend fucking Joe didn't go out and vote. So this is probably, I know every year, I've been in this game for 30 years, every election, this is the most important one. Folks, this is the most important fucking one. Because if we lose the House and Senate, I quit. 30 fucking years I'm in this game. I quit because I tried to help you to understand. And if you don't understand by now, fuck you. I'm not your guy anymore. I'm going to go down the shore with my girl, get a white picket fence, a couple of fucking dogs, and sit on the fucking boardwalk doing portraitres for $10 a pop and relax. So get the fuck out there and vote.
Excellent. Yeah, everybody has to get out there and vote. This is huge. This is like a huge election, and you know, who knows if we don't get the House and send it back, who knows what's going to happen in the next 2 years with this guy. So we have to make a difference. Um, Also wanted to talk a little bit about, you got a big roast coming up on Monday. Tell me about the roast. Who's going to be there, and how'd you get yourself into this?
Um, this Staten Island, every year they do a roast at this place. They roast somebody prominent on Staten Island, and they picked me this year, and I was ecstatic. I was like, I was crying. I was like, I'm so honored. You know, this is unbelievable, because I dish it out. Oh, I fucking dish it out. So I mean, I get it back to me. I mean, you know, some of the stories. I get people throw rocks at me, come at me, hit me, fucking break my shit. But I'm a good-hearted person. I'm fun. I'm a fun guy. That's the other thing. Oh, he's conservative. I'm like, listen to me, pal. You want to bitch and moan on your keyboard and say this about me, or give my car a flat tire? Man up. Meet me at my fucking local bar. You're gonna hate my politics, but I swear to Christ, I'll have you pissing your fucking pants. You'll be calling me every day to hang out. So I'm like so honored. And I posted yesterday, I said, listen, people, if you're coming to this roast, leave your fucking bag of sensitivity at home, because I got liberals, I got conservatives, and all in between that are roasting me. You're going to be sitting there, and this is where we can kind of come together and just laugh about Uncle Scotty, the crazy son of a bitch. And I'm like, I don't want to hear any nice shit, because I know, well, he did this for the veterans, and he's great with the. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear the shit. Roast me. I'm here to be. There's a one time that you have to abuse Uncle Scotty, so bring it. It's gonna be fun, and it's a fundraiser. The Kiwanis does a lot for the, for kids with the camps and stuff, underprivileged kids. So it's a big fundraiser, and kind of excited about it.
Cool. That's going to be awesome, man. Is that going to, are we going to be able to see that? Those who don't see it live can.
I'm going to try to figure out how to film it and then edit it down, because it's going to be 4 hours. We use music in between, and I would try to cut it and get it out. Because I got fans all over the world, actually. I can't believe the fan base I have in Canada, Australia, the UK. I can't believe it. Who'd have thought? I figured I'm, the patriotic Mr. America. I know I got my fan base in America, but that's a good sign. That means that they're having the same troubles that we're having.
Yeah.
No, they are. So it's good. Yeah. So I'll have something. I'll have something for people to see. Oh, I want to share it. Don't worry about it. I'll share it.
Yeah. Awesome, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for this one.
Hey, boys and girls. That's right. Next Monday night, October 17th, is the big roast. I'm being roasted. All I do is roast people. I hand it out. I fucking toast people. But it's time for Uncle Scotty to get roasted and fucking toasted.
Scott, I appreciate you so much, man. Tell everybody where they can find you and see you and follow you and all that good stuff.
I've been working for the last 2 years on a documentary about my career and all the struggles and the activism and the patriotism. It'll probably be coming out in January. You'll know about that. You'll have me on again, talk about
Yes, let's definitely do that. Yeah.
So you can see my work and get some products and patriotic stuff at SCOTTLOBAIDO.com, and follow me on Instagram. I post every day like a maniac, just like you hear me now. You're gonna get hooked.
Oh yeah, definitely. I encourage everybody to check out his Instagram. It's amazing. Scott LoBaido, thank you so much, sir. This has been a true honor, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for letting me spew my patriotic insanity and truth.
Yes, indeed. Awesome.